Hi everyone. I wanted to come on here tonight and show you one of my favorite meals to make. This is something that I make typically in the mornings or the night before the day that I want to have it. Or I'll just make it in the afternoon and make it, let it cook, and then I'll freeze it for later because it's an excellent meal to freeze for later. It is taco soup, and I love it because it's pretty much a dump into the slow cooker, cook it, and you're done. So few ingredients, but it gets the job done, and my whole family likes it, which is a plus. So if you're watching, I'd love to hear what you're having for dinner or what you did have for dinner. So just type that in the comments, and let's get cooking. So the first thing that I'm going to use is our food chopper because I need to chop up some onions. See my onions here? Here are my onions. I quartered the onions. I'm just using one onion, so I have 8 pieces here. And the food chopper is awesome. It has blades that rotate as you chop. So you can chop it as finely as you want, or you can have big chunks. You just get your aggression out like that. Super easy. My daughters love to try to use it. And you don't have to get those onion tears. And if it looks like you want them smaller, you can just do them smaller. But this is for taco soup, so I kind of want them chunky. A lot of my hosts will get this with their host rewards because it is $34. But you could get it for free if you host, or for half price. So it's a really great deal. People will be like, are you okay in there? You got a lot of aggression to get out. You can also use it for carrots or nuts. I like to chop up nuts, like when a recipe calls for chopped pecans or something like that, you can use it there. Celery for chicken salad. Whatever needs chopping, you just go for it. Oh, and if for some reason you've had one of these for forever, because they've been around for forever, we also make a sharpener that you can actually sharpen the blades with. So let me know if you want info on that and I can get it for you. All right, so I got this. This is my second most used thing. These are our flexible cutting mats. If you don't have them, they're amazing. They come in a set of 3 for $17. And it's awesome because I just did this and now I'm gonna plop it into my pan. So that's going. I like things that don't make a mess, and this doesn't make a mess. All right, the next thing I want to show you, also with the food chopper, is that it comes with a lid. So the lid, you can use it as a lid. I like to put garlic in here if I just need it chopped up. You put it in there. So you don't have to mess with a knife. You know, sometimes you cut it with a knife and then your knife gets sticky and garlicky and then you don't want to deal with that. So I make sure that garlic is the last thing that I want to use, then I can just pop it into the dishwasher since it's dishwasher safe. So I want it pretty minced up, chopped up. All right, we're good to go. And now I can just plop this in with my onions. Easy peasy. All right, I'm gonna give those a stir. All right, do any of you guys have the food chopper at home? Let me know if you do. Let me know if this is something you think you could use. And all right, I wanna show you one other thing while I get this next thing going. It is our smooth edge can opener. So I used to have a regular can opener. It worked fine, things were great, and then I had kids, and my kids wanted to help me in the kitchen, and one of them reached for a can that had recently opened, and I was like, stop! Like, I freaked out because you all know you can cut your fingers, or your fingers on the cans. Well, this is called a smooth edge can opener because it cuts underneath the lid instead of into the lid. So another fun fact, if you look at your regular can opener at home, it might have some rust on the side or inside, that's because it gets into the food. And then can you imagine the rust is getting into the food, so you might be eating some rust? Just saying. This one, it's pretty simple. You put it on there. It goes on like this, so the magnet kind of clinches it. So you do it horizontally, and then you turn the handle clockwise. And it'll be a little bit tough, you'll feel it. You'll feel it, and then you'll feel it give. So when you feel it get much easier, you're gonna turn it counterclockwise. And then there's these little claws. You press the button, and the claw goes there. And you lift it up. And then voila. So then you can use it, and it's smooth. This is awesome. Like I said, I didn't think I needed a new one until I did, and now this is just, I just love it. Another fun fact, hang on, let me give these a stir. And I'm gonna plop my garlic in real quick. I said what I'm making, right? We're making taco soup over here. Okay, I don't even remember what I was saying about this. So that was awesome about the Smith Edge can opener. Another cool thing is that it has this tab right here, and it's for opening lids. So if you have a lid that has a pop top and maybe you don't have the fingernails to grab under it, like my husband, he was always like, hey, can you come open in this can for me? But now I just tell him to get the can opener. So you can do that. However, if you do use this, it's going to, it's not going to be smooth when you open it because it's going to be opening it the way the can opens it. Does that make sense? So I personally still like to turn it around. Turn it around. I like to open it this way. All right, I'm almost there. Then you use a claw and you lift up, and it's just delightful. All right, I'm gonna bring you over here for this next part. I'm adding some ground beef to this. And let me bring you over here. All right, so this little guy that I have this in is one of my favorite things. These are all my favorite things. I love it. So it's called the Rock Crock. And this Rock Crock, if you notice, it's on my stovetop right now. And it can take the heat up to 752 degrees, which means that this can also go in the oven. It can go on the stovetop where it is. It can go in the microwave. It can go on the grill. And it can go in the freezer, in the, I said the microwave, the freezer, the fridge, under the broiler. And it can go in our slow cooker stand, which is why this is a one-pot meal. And it's amazing. This has like changed my cooking ways. So I have my meat in here now. It's gonna go from here right over to the slow cooker. Amazing. Let me show you also, except it's not here right when I need it. Here it is. So this is another part of our Rock Crock collection. It's the small grill stone, small square grill stone. And it basically lives in my toaster oven because it's great for reheating things. Or I will make things like roasted potatoes on there for dinner or broccoli for dinner. So it's really great for that. All right. If you could use something like this, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think of the Rock Crock. It's great. We also have a really large grill stone, circular. I can post a picture about that later. But for this recipe, we're just browning the meat. And if you see this handy little device that I'm using, this is called our Mix and Chop. And it does just like it says. It mixes If you've been seeing me, I've kind of been stirring. And it chops. So you don't have to be in here with a spoon trying to chop your meat. Here's a fun fact. It's a fun, embarrassing fact. But when I was pregnant, I have 3 kids, so this has actually happened. This has happened twice, and then I wised up the 3rd time. But I needed this, our mix and chop, but it was in the dishwasher, and I cried. Like big ol' alligator tears coming down my face because it was dirty and I couldn't use it. And yeah, I could have like gotten it out and cleaned it, but when you're pregnant, you have hormones that are just going through and you can't do it. So I've now wised up and I have 2 of these. But it's great, not just for meat. You can use it for avocados. If you have avocados that are a little too ripe and you want to make guacamole, you can use that. Mashed potatoes, I use it to mash my potatoes. I got rid of my potato masher because that was all that it was good for. What else? I use it for shredding chicken, like chicken salad. I just get this out and I shred my chicken. All sorts of things. I'm curious what you would use it for, or if you have it. This is a popular, really popular item. Actually, it was the first thing that I bought at a Pampered Chef party way long ago. It was one of those parties where you went to something, and it was my first time at one, so I didn't know what to get. I didn't want to spend a ton of money because I wasn't married at the time, and you know, what did I really need for a kitchen that I didn't have? But they showed this, and I thought it looked cool, and the price point was good. At the time, I think it was $11. It was like $11 or $12. It's $13 right now, but I bought it, and I've just never looked back. So, all right, we're getting there on this. The next step to my recipe is you add 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning. I make my own seasoning, super easy, but we just have tacos or taco pie or taco soup so often that I just made my own, and I'm more than happy to share it. Let me know if you want the recipe. Let me know in the comments and I can post it. So I do 2 tablespoons of that and I mix it in there. I'm gonna let the meat get a little bit more brown and then I'll be good to go. Another thing about this rock crock, I mentioned that you could put it in the microwave. One of my favorite things to make is fajitas. And you can put the chicken in there, cook it for about 7 minutes, put your seasoning on it, whatever you want. Then you take it out, put the veggies in there. I'm sorry, you put the veggies and the meat all together and cook it for about 7 to 10 minutes. Just check the temperature of the meat. And you have fajitas ready, like in no time at all. So this has just changed my way of cooking because you can cook things fast or you can cook things slow. You could make a cake in this. True story. Not true story, but just you can make a cake in it and it's delicious. All right, this is pretty much good to go. And it's gonna be on a slow cooker cooking, so we're gonna be good there. Oh, it's not good to go, hang on. I made an extra garlic just to show you this. This is our garlic press and, oh wait, hang on, that's not the one I want. Let me get you a new one. All right, our garlic press. You can take a garlic straight with the skin on, with the peel on, and you just press it. Did you see that squirt out? And then the garlic comes out. Awesome. So I wanted to show you that because it's another thing that like was a total game changer. We used to get the garlic that was in the jars. I'm sure you've seen those before. You know, the pre-made garlic. But ever since I saw this, I had to get it. And then we have a little tool. Whoa, where are you going? We have a little tool that will scrape this out. And I would show it to you, but my daughter recently decided it was a great brush for her dolls. So I have a replacement brush coming in. You can order replacement parts, which I think is wonderful. All right, I'm gonna move this over to our last step. Let me move my camera over. Whoa. All right, let me put this on here. Uh-oh, let me balance you. Okay. You guys, truly a one-pot meal. Look at this. So it's now in our slow cooker stand, which is exclusively for the Rock Crock. You can fit the Dutch oven, which is this size, or our everyday pan on it. I'm gonna put it on low. You can still hear it simmering. And I'm gonna start adding in all of my ingredients. This particular recipe, I feel like I'm yelling because over the sizzling. This particular recipe takes 1 can of chili beans. It might be backwards for you. You just plop it all in. 1 can of chili beans, 1 can of corn, 2 cans of diced tomatoes, 1 can of kidney beans, but I goofed at the store and I got red beans. Here's another one I want to show you, which is super neat. It's called our Easy Read measuring, or Easy Read colander. So say you needed to rinse beans, you know, typically the recipe will say drain and rinse. So you would put this under the sink and it just drains it for you. Like that. How neat is that? So you dump it all in. And one more thing it calls for. I almost forgot. I think you get everything ready, but not quite. It needs it needs 8 ounces of tomato juice, but I'm gonna do a trick. 8 ounces of tomato juice and a cup of water, but I have a trick for that. I'm gonna use the whole can. That's the nice thing about recipes is that you can kind of wing it with things. So I did about 8 ounces. I'm going to fill a can halfway up with water, and then I'm gonna get all of the good stuff out of these cans. It's a trick my mom taught me, because sometimes there's still gunk in there. Not gunk, it's the good stuff. And I want all the flavor that I can get. So, pour that all in there. I'm gonna give it a stir. And dinner is done. If I wanted to eat this now, we could, but I'm gonna let it simmer for a while. If you like spicy food, we really like spicy food, you could add in some chopped jalapenos or green chili. But my baby eats this and my toddlers eat this, so we keep it light, and then I'll add the heat to it later. So this is it. I want to show you the Rock Crock a little bit up close and personal, so give me a sec to get this off of here. So this is our Rock Crock slow cooker stand. Like I said, this is the Dutch oven which I have, which it retails for $139. Before you jump to that price, know that if you host a party, you can get that for free or half off. Or if you buy the set, which is both of them together, you can get it for $169. So buying them together, you spend $30 more to get the set again, or you host and you get it for free or half off. So there you go. In under 20 minutes, I have dinner going, and I only used a few things. Like this is my mess, if you want to call it a mess. Like that's it. So, dinner is done. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any questions, and let me know if you want the recipe. I will share it with you. And if you want some extra tickets, just to let me know that you watched this, send me a message. Don't comment this. Send me a personal message and say the word banana, and I'm gonna give you extra tickets. I'll give you 25 extra tickets for watching this whole thing. All right, I hope you all have an excellent night. I'm gonna let this simmer and cook so we can eat it later, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.